Hi, Priya.
Hi, Chandrani. Good to be speaking with you.
Yeah, good to be speaking to you too. I was just thinking the other day, and I thought I'll have a conversation with you on this. Have you ever felt trapped by some kind of feedback that someone has given you, or felt really bad? Because see, often when I'm working on different things, it gets very difficult because I receive all kinds of feedback, and I don't know which one to take. And the negative ones, given my nature as a person with negative bias, often affects me more. How
Mhm.
do you deal with it?
Well, I think each person will certainly find their own way, and we have to.
Yeah.
There's a there is no other choice. But I'll tell you something that I have done, and this has also helped me to get out of my limiting belief that
Right.
came out of as a result of taking feedback. And so this is where the important aspect that I learned is there's a lot of things on feedback, and there's something called opinion. People have the capability, or they have the rights or choice to share different opinions, but
Right.
it's how you have the maturity to filter the opinions and
Mm.
understand what truly is the feedback that you need to work on, and who has it come from.
Hmm.
Because when it
Hmm.
comes from a larger audience, there
Hmm.
is a tendency that we tend to, as you rightly said, we have that bias to pick up all the things that are negative about
Yeah.
us, and we get into a very self-critical mode.
Right.
So who gives the feedback? Who has given that feedback
Hmm.
matters. And understanding the impact and the implication of that feedback,
Right.
and then understanding and then filtering all the opinions that anyways everybody have the right to share. I'll give you a personal example also here.
Yeah.
And it takes me back to, I think about a few years ago, where I was facilitating a workshop along with, I was just co-facilitating. I was not the main facilitator. I was facilitating this workshop on something around personal branding.
Right.
And I was there to take in one segment of it, but standing in through the day for along with the facilitator. And one feedback that came at the end of the workshop was saying that both the facilitators need to need to build on their personal brand before they facilitate the session.
Right. Right.
And of
Right.
course, when it is coming from the audience who is a customer, you have to take this seriously. You can't
Yeah.
ignore it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And but what I did, of course, I took it very seriously, and I started moving away from any opportunity to speak. I
Yeah.
limited myself from having an opportunity to face the customer or the audience, although I was doing one-on-one coaching
Yeah.
sessions. But when it came to a facilitated session, I would just run away. And of course, that feedback, once I saw the feedback, I did not have the maturity to go back and ask the person what they meant by it. It was just a one liner, and it meant the facilitators. And I don't know whom they referred, whether it was me or the other person.
Right.
But the person, it just came, and I didn't have the maturity to go back and seek further clarity. And in
Right.
not by not doing that, I went into my demons started taking over, and I started refraining from doing facilitated sessions.
Right.
But it took a while, and then I understood that, hey, I mean, if everybody shares their feedback,
Yeah.
but if I'm able to work on it in a constructive manner,
Right.
and go back and see whether that same feedback is coming multiple times, or
Right.
one time instance, then I said, look, unless I go out again, how would? But it took me 2 years to even come out into a facilitated session. As a result of this happened in 2021, and only in 2023 I really had the courage. So yes, certainly, I mean, on hindsight, I just wish I had the maturity to seek clarity first, instead of just looking at when 10 people had said good things, and when one person had said something that was not aligned with what I was expecting. It helped me, it made me go back. And that is something that I thought I can share here with you, and perhaps it can give you some clarity, Chandrani.
Yeah, it does. So you are telling me that, reflection played a very big role, right? Like,
Yes.
giving yourself that time for self-reflection. Otherwise, it wouldn't really push you forward to again come back and create a space where, people would give their feedbacks and opinions.
Yeah, no, but what happened is that self-reflection should have I mean, I did reflect on it, but I went into it took me, I took a very negative side to the whole thing. I didn't come out faster. So the resilience to bounce back took a long time in this particular case. And that's where we need to really learn to filter things. We need to learn to process things in a way where not allowing our the anxiety to take over, but having some parallel mechanisms. Although I practice my yoga and meditation and things like this, it didn't I don't know, all of those things where it didn't help me to come out of it unless I put a particular conviction to this whole thing, to say no, I need to come out of it and I need to see if this is. But it took a while, and that's what it has even surprised me. And I mean, I'd love to throw this out in the open to say what others are thinking as well, because
Yeah. That
it
makes
took
sense.
a while,
A
and
lot of
now
people
I'm
are
glad I've
struggling
come
with this.
out.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've come out, but I'm still not very sure what took me that long.
Yeah, no, you should throw this out in the open because a lot of people I know are also struggling with it. Especially people of my age and younger, they are really struggling. They don't know like which feedback to take and which not to take. It's also a world of trolling and negative comments. So I think it's quite a good idea. But
Absolutely, absolutely. We should collectively learn. We should crowdsource some great ideas together.
definitely. Thank you so much,
Wonderful,
Priya.
wonderful. Thank you.